Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Mike here, back again from Analog Attack. Thanks for watching. Last week I did a video of my favorite 10 punk albums of 2025 so far. And of course, 10 wasn't enough. So I'm back again. I've got 10 more great albums from this year that I'd like to show you. And let's get going. We've talked about all of these records in depth already on our weekly What Are You Listening To show. So check that show out. There's 140 episodes. You can find them under live or podcast. So let's get into it, shall we? Coming in first today is some ripping hardcore out of Pittsburgh on Sorry State Records. It's Illiterates and Does Not Compute. This is some absolutely ferocious US hardcore that kind of sounds like Youth of Today on PCP. There you go. That is a compliment, by the way. Love this record. Next, I've got two records that both have black, yellow, and white jackets. So I'm going to put those two together. Very stylistically different records. The first one is from France. If you kind of burnt out with D-beat, or you think that, the D-beat formula, there's nowhere to go with it, well, think again. This French band is doing that in an amazing way. It's Bombardment and their record from this year on Symphony of Destruction. There's so much to love about this record. Like I said, they're doing so many new things with D-beat, keeping it fresh. Top-notch recommendation out of France. If you're kind of burnt out with D-beat, check out Bombardment. Incredible band. And then the other one with a black and yellow cover is a Ramones kind of band from the US, Philly. In fact, Philly, this is their fourth LP, just come out. It's, of course, Dark Thoughts and Highway to the End. Obviously, a nod to Road to Ruin with the title and the color scheme. Incredible band. They just do so much with so little. Obviously Ramones influence, but every song is super catchy. It's only like 16, 17 minutes long. An incredible record. Dark Thoughts from Philly. Let's get that right. And I think Drunken Sailor put this out in the UK, and I know that Stupid Bag Records put this out in the US, so you can get it in the UK or in the US, whichever suits you best. Let's go to Finland for a couple of rippers. This one is also on Sorry State, and also Nunchaku Punk Records, and Little Jan's Hammer Records. Finnish band, Plasma. Mua Evua Omista. Great record. It's kind of leaning into classic Finnish hardcore with the touches of like the newer wave of hardcore, like Kohitoa, but there's a real like UK 82 sort of bounce to this record, which kind of really makes it come alive. Female fronted band, as are Bombardment as well. Great record. Plasma, check it out. Also from Finland. Now, when you think about sort of non-Japanese bands from the US or Europe doing Japanese style hardcore, there's usually kind of one of two ways that bands go. It's either sort of crusher crust style, which Osaka, I'm here in Osaka. Osaka is famous for its like crusher crust style, like Gloom and Xenose, that kind of stuff. So a lot of bands from American stuff go that way. Or you get bands doing what you call like Burning Spirits hardcore, but it's usually Deathside or Bastard that these bands are kind of like influenced by. This band, Gaze, have been completely influenced by like Paintbox and a little bit of Judgment. If you're familiar with Paintbox, then you're kind of going to like this one, because I don't think any band has tried to do what Paintbox did. It's kind of hard to do. It's great guitar melodies and kind of poppy choruses. It's super catchy record. I think they're an amazing band. I can't wait to see where they go next, because if you know what Paintbox did in their career, they went pretty far out there. So I'm wondering like if Gaze are going to kind of follow on that path. But great record, Gaze. on Detakt and Rapunk Records out of Sweden, but the band is from Finland. Next, got a couple of Gothic slash post-punk records. One is warm and vibrant and neon lit nightscapes, and the other one is ice cold. Let's go warm first, shall we? This band is from Portland. They had a 12-inch out. This is their debut LP. It's on Agipunk Records, actually. I'm talking about Nick's Division and their debut LP, Midnight Lights. Such a great band. It's like Gothic post-punk, but this really big pop sheen, which works so well. Amazing vocalist. Just amazing record. And they're kind of doing something new with the post-punk Gothic thing, kind of leaning into the sort of catchier side of things. And I think it really, really works for this band. Great band. Let's get cold, shall we? This one came out really early in the year, and I don't know if people kind of overlooked it. I think it came out in January, I think. But I love this record. They're from Austria. It's a band called Autor. There you go. Kommen und Gehen. It's on Contagion Punk Records, also from Austria. If you like early X-Mal Deutschland and that ice cold, post-punk Gothic kind of sound, you're going to love this one. It's really great record out of Austria, Autor. Check it out. Now, if you're kind of disappointed with the newest Civic record, Australian band, I was kind of disappointed with it. And you're thinking, oh no, classic Australian punk is dead. Fear not. This band has just put out an amazing record on Drunken Sailor Records. It's the Unknowns looking from the outside, and it harks back to classic Australian punk and also the Dead Boys and the Ramones. It's all go, no slow, super catchy, anthemic punk, raw recording. Been playing this one to death. Check it out. The Unknowns looking from the outside on Drunken Sailor Records from the UK. They also put out the Dark Thoughts record in the UK too, right? Melodic stuff. If you're into sort of the more melodic side of punk, I got a couple of good ones for you. This one just came out. It's an American band that's based in Tokyo. It's really the brainchild of one guy, Jay Holmes. He usually gets different people to play on his records. This is their most recent album. I'm not going to say the title of the record because YouTube doesn't like this word. You can see the title there. There it is. The band is Fever Moon. It's their second vinyl LP. They have a couple of CDs too, but Mario from Off and Rocket from the Crypt and tons of other bands plays drums on this record. This is a record that's on the cusp of the heavier side of indie rock, like Dinosaur Jr. A lot of Dinosaur Jr. in this record. And Sugar, maybe. And also the melodic punk of a band like Leatherface. Jay is a great songwriter, great guitar player. This band might be a little bit overlooked. It came out in the States on Steadfast Records and Sweet Cheetah Records, so it's easy to get if you're in the States. Give it a try. Everyone I kind of recommended this record to has been really happy with it, so check it out. It's Fever Moon and their second LP that's on vinyl from 2025. Talking about Leatherface, do you miss Leatherface and those kind of bands that were doing the 80s, early 90s UK melodic punk? This band is just what you're looking for. It's the Diaz Brothers and The World Is Yours, their second LP. The vocalist of this band is Golly, who used to be in HDQ. Loved HDQ when I was a youngster. I used to go and see him quite a lot in England. Golly is a great singer. This really is sort of the perfect mix of HDQ with those Leatherface, like Gibson guitars. The guitars sound like Leatherface, and Golly's an amazing singer, like I said, and every song's great. Just really great melodic hardcore that kind of sounds like it could have come out in the late 80s or the early 90s. Great record. It's on Cereal Bowl Records in the UK. Waterslide Records in Japan had a hand in putting it out too. And Dead Broke Records too from the States. So you got UK label, American label, and Japanese label. So there you go. Diaz Brothers. Did I do 10? I've got another one. Is this going to be 11? Number 11? Can't remember. This is on Sorry State as well. It's their second LP. It's Fugitive Bubble. This record is hard to describe, and the way I kind of look at it, it's a record that it's not experimental or anything, but it's you can't put this record in an easy categorization or you can't put it in a box. It kind of sounds like it came out before the kind of rule book was written about genre exercises like D Beat and Youth Crew, and it's you know what I mean. It's very original, a very creative record. There's sort of piano on it. There's a bit of the drumming is amazing, by the way. It's actually the drummer from Physique who is playing in this band now. It's like that, kind of has that Penny Rimbaud from Crass, like military drumming going on in places. But check it out. It's a little bit demanding, but if you're someone that's used to listening to a lot of punk and hardcore, that's a little bit off kilter or a little tiny bit experimental, I think you'll love this record. It's Fugitive Bubble. And what will happen if we stop? Was that 10 or 11? I don't know. But either way, there's 10 or 11 more great records from 2025 to check out. And the thing is, there's a lot of good new releases on the horizon too. I don't think I'm going to do any more of these records of the year so far. I think we're going to do a proper 2.5 hour like streaming on the What You're Listening To show of me and the guests like favorite albums of 2025, and that'll probably happen in late December. I'm going to do a heavy rock and heavy metal one too, like this, and also best reissues of 2025, punk, hardcore, and metal and other stuff that's coming up too at some point. So that's it. There you go. Hope you enjoyed my little ramble about 10 or 11 more records in the punk world. Until next time, have a good weekend. Have a good week. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.